The boat in the centre is Kialoa, and is certainly a red-hot favourite to take out the line on us for this year. Well, firstly, welcome back to Australian waters, Jim. We're always pleased to see you and such a racing machine like Kialoa back in the Sydney Hobart Yacht Race.
Well, Harry, we're delighted to hear. As you know, we came quite a ways after racing in England and Ireland and France, and a little cruising in the Mediterranean on the way, but we're most delighted to be here, and we've had good sailing so far.
Well, this is a new Kialoa from what we saw some years ago. Where was it designed? Tell me that.
Well, it's a Sparkman and Stevens design with a great deal of input that our crew's made and some other friends have made towards a particular design boat. We're very satisfied with what we have.
And this was certainly a pre-arranged plan to build this boat for maximum racing potential, I suppose.
Well, yes. We also like to do some cruising, but she's primarily a racing machine and has some reasonably nice cruising accommodations, too, which I think you can do in a boat the size of Kialoa.
And certainly red-hot favourite for line owners. Are you pretty quietly confident or confident?
Well, we know the boat's capabilities pretty well, and one never knows what happens to the wind shifts or the wind conditions outside, but we think she'll do very well.
Well, what other races has she won?
Well, in line honors or in corrected time wins?
Both.
Well, in line honors, she's had line honors in all of the races she's sailed, except the race the other day in which Ballyhoo beat Kialoa in. That was a tactical race. It was a race where we were tactically covering Windward Passage, and we couldn't cover Ballyhoo. At the time, we were somewhat ahead. And so she got a shift and beat us. Now, that's what happens in sailboat racing. We had the privilege of winning the Channel Race, which is one of Europe's major races, probably their second major race. We've won the Jamaica Race, of course, the first to finish in the Jamaica Race, which is from Miami Bay to Montego Bay, Jamaica. We won the Governor's Cup Race. We won others, placed very high, several seconds, second in the Transatlantic Race. And we're very pleased with the overall performance. That was, I might say, just by minutes in the Transatlantic Race that we were out of first place.
It's certainly a very impressive record. What's in sailboat racing for you?
Well, it's quite a challenge, of course. It's not just a challenge in the race itself. It's the challenge of design of a yacht. Much of Kialoa is our own design. Much of Kialoa represents some rather new ideas. It's the organization, it's the crew training, it's all of the disciplines that go with such a challenging sport as sailboat racing. Certainly you're challenging the other boats, but you're also challenging the wind conditions, the sea conditions, and it's a great opportunity to get away from the customary things that we do. I do run a business. I find that I get a great overview of my business activities to get out of way in this particular fashion. I don't confuse motion with progress, in other words.
And finally, the name Kialoa, where did that come from?
Well, it means tall pole or long white canoe or various other names in Polynesian language. We like it. It's phonetic. It's not taken after Kilroy, as some people think, because of K.I., but it's a name that's, of course, very dear to us. This is the third Kialoa.
Thank you, and good sailing.
Thank you, Harry. Thanks.
During the night, the wind has shifted to the northeast, and spinnakers are set for a fast run. Now Kialoa is making good speed. And so too is Windward Passage. Ballyhoo is in third place. It's an easy race so far, but will it stay that way? Windward Passage has everything set to hold off Kialoa's challenge. And Ballyhoo is hanging on. Aboard the Caltex radio relay ship, position reports are collated. It's a big job with 102 yachts. Information on the yacht's positions is relayed back to race headquarters at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. The press room is the nerve centre. Honeywell has supplied a computer to calculate handicap placings from the reports, and these are passed on to newsmen of the press, radio and TV. On the second day, the 27th, the wind remains favourable, and windward passage is still holding off Kialoa's challenge. Most interest centres on this clash of the giants. A new course record is in sight. Kialoa has all stops out as she charges across Bass Strait and down the Tasmanian coast. Jim Kilroy and his crew are trying everything to head off windward passage. Ballyhoo is still in close company. Ray Kirby's beautiful Patrice III is doing well on handicap. The downwind conditions are not ideal for Britain's Norima. During the day, there's a dramatic change. Kialoa increases speed, surfs past windward passage and heads towards Hobart and a new course record. Both these yachts and Ballyhoo have reached speeds of over 20 knots. They may reach Hobart inside 3 days. Ballyhoo's hopes are dashed with the absence of a beat to windward. She approaches Storm Bay. Kialoa holds off a desperate challenge from windward passage and finishes at 2:36 a.m. on the 29th to an enthusiastic welcome. She has smashed the race record by almost 11 hours, adding to her already amazing string of victories. 23 minutes later, windward passage finishes off Battery Point. Aboard Kialoa, Jim Kilroy and his crew have a well-earned celebration.